My name is Patrick Okonya, a public policy and administration analyst and an RI coach from Unicorp Insurance Information Institute. Just the way I promised you during our last session, today I'll be giving you part 1 on tips that you need to put into consideration whenever you want to buy an insurance. Let's work together in this conversation. Do you know some of the major roles of insurance? That's a question that many of us have to keep in mind. Once you have an understanding on the roles of insurance, it becomes even much more easier in decision-making time. But let me take you through a few of those major roles of insurance. An insurance company exists to pay some money, to make some repairs, to replace destroyed or stolen property, or to replace, to some degree, lost incomes following the death of a policyholder. But there are two types of insurance: general insurance and life insurance. General insurance exists to pay money to replace lost or destroyed property as a result of misfortunes that include fire, strikes, storms, pests, drought, floods, theft, and the like, just to mention but a few. Meanwhile, life insurance pays the policyholder if he or she survives the policy period or his or her dependents in the event of his or her untimely death or disability. Even as we discuss the tips that can help you when you want to select the right insurance product, it's important to understand that the problem many people face when they are seeking to buy insurance is deciding which policy or policies to buy now. As we move forward, I'll be discussing with you some of those tips that will help you select the right insurance product for your needs. Number 1, if for example you own a motor vehicle or you are an employer, it's always important to ensure that you buy the company the compulsory motor vehicle third-party insurance and ensure that workers' injury benefits insurance is in place. Number 2, always plan to have a life policy which will pay some money to your dependents in the event of your untimely death. Basically, this will assist the family in settling down as they cope with the reality of the loss. Thirdly, take insurance for your treasured possessions. For example, for your business, for your home, for your crops, or for your livestock, because their loss may cause you financial loss that may be quite difficult to cope with, and at times even changing completely the lifestyle of your family. Fourthly, it is advisable to arrange for a health insurance for yourself and for your family, because sicknesses come suddenly when money is not available, more often than not. You may not even have time for raising that money through a fundraising or a harambe. The fifth point and tip to note is that education, as we are well aware, is increasingly becoming more and more expensive. However, the future belongs to the educated, and everybody would like their children to have the best education that they can afford. It's not always possible to have sufficient money to pay school fees, as well as meet other competing needs of life at the family level. Therefore, an education policy can take care of this by allowing you to pay some small regular monies from the time children are born or until when they are still young. The sixth point to put into consideration, ladies and gentlemen, is that we are all growing old by the day. People are also more likely to live longer after retirement, thanks to medical advancement of our time. That time you will not be able to work due to old age, yet you still have needs to meet. It's therefore advisable to arrange for income to rely on during these times. For example, life insurance policies, an investment plan, a pension plan, annuities, and deposit administration schemes that are best suited to meet all age needs. The seventh tip is on medical insurance policies. Illness is a risk we live with right from birth to death. It's therefore important to plan for illness in order not to be caught unawares should a risk strike. Illnesses can at times be critical. For example, a stroke or a heart attack or hypertension that may come when you don't expect. Therefore, a medical insurance policy will take care of hospital expenses incurred as a result of illness, and therefore important for you to have one. The eighth factor to consider are on personal accident policies. We are always exposed to accidents either by falling off or getting mugged or being hit by a vehicle or any object. Therefore, personal accident policy pays a given sum of money to the policyholder or his or her beneficiaries following an accident that often results into an injury, a disability, or even death. Those are 7 very critical tips that you need to put into consideration, besides others that we shall discuss as we move forward in our conversation about insurance. In order to buy a valid insurance, it's important that you always ensure that the insurance agents that you are dealing with are licensed by the Insurance Regulatory Authority, IRA. This is to ensure you avoid being duped. Deal with insurance companies with an office near you. This will help save you a lot of time when you require their services soonest. A point to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that Unicorp Insurance Information Institute is dedicated to partner with players in the sector, including Insurance Regulatory Authority, in educating the public and creating awareness to the public on the value of insurance through our well-designated social media platforms that include Twitter, this YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, among others. It's important to also note that Insurance Regulatory Authority also provides information and reading materials through her website and offices, and such information is also in Braille language and in other forms. I encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, to raise any issue regarding insurance with us using the contacts availed here on our channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. In our next session, we shall have the part 2 on tips that you need to put into consideration whenever you want to buy an insurance policy for yourself, for your family, or for your business. Thank you very much. Yours truly, Patrick Okonya.